So hello everyone, we will talk about several topics of food technology, food biotechnology especially, the subject what we are dealing up. So we have a short synopsis of what we have to take up in this class. It's like we will be talking about gene cloning, recombinant DNA technology, methods of gene cloning or the steps of gene cloning, then the application of gene cloning. Then we will move forward for the identification of cloned genes, where we will be dealing up with the PCR, cDNA library, colony hybridization, and finally the isolation of DNA. So we'll start with the first topic, that is what is gene. So we are dealing up with the food biotechnology, so we will not be getting into the details of what especially we will be dealing up. So it's like you guys are well aware that our whole body is composed of cells. So these cells, when they are fractionated by the process of fractionation, they release the cell debris and nucleus. Nucleus contains the genetic material. These genetic material can be either DNA or RNA. What is DNA and what is RNA? We'll talk in short. So DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, where this DNA will be having a sequence. The sequence will be, I'll tell you the composition of DNA. It starts with, you will be having the phosphate plus your nucleic acid plus the sugar. This sugar will decide whether it is deoxy or ribose. So DNA will be deoxyribonucleic acid. So we will be dealing up with the sugar, which is deoxy. So this sugar plus nucleic acid will form the nucleoside. But when you combine nucleic side with the phosphate, you will be finding the nucleotide. This nucleotide will be finally referred as DNA. Why nucleotide is referred as DNA? It's the single unit is referred as nucleotide. Single unit. But when we are dealing up with the DNA, it will compose a set of nucleotides. Set of nucleotides. This set of nucleotides is a sequence. Sequence which carries the information about protein formation. This protein formation will be resulting into the character or trait. So in the human body or in the animal body, whenever we are talking about the trait or the characters or the functioning, it will be defined by the protein formation. What protein is formed for specific functions, and that protein will be formed because of the information present in the sequence of DNA. This sequence of DNA will be containing several sequences which are usable form, or which is, you can say, useful. In other means, carrying the information. So this set of DNA, this set of sequence in the DNA which is carrying the information is referred as gene. So what is gene? We will be writing up a short definition of gene. Gene is a sequence of DNA carrying out the information for relevant protein formation. Resulting in specific function. So this is a gene. Before winding up this topic, what we'll do is we'll understand what is gene application. What is the application of genes? When these genes will move a step ahead, when these genes are carrying the information at specific location, in genetic information it is known as loci, then it is known as allele. And these allelic diversification, this allelic diversification is not more than or less than a different individual. So this finishes the short topic, what is gene. Now we'll go for the gene cloning. So we'll talk about the gene cloning, but before starting with gene cloning, I'll go with the RDT. RDT is recombinant DNA technology. It's recombinant DNA technology. I'll write technology in short. So what is RDT? RDT is combining the two different DNA. One of the DNA will be containing the gene of interest and other will be the plasmid, and both of them will combine in a single DNA sequence, which is a combined DNA or recombined DNA. So it's the shorter version of recombinant DNA molecule. Now, so we'll talk about the steps of recombinant DNA technology. So what are the steps of recombinant DNA technology? It's like we have to start with, we have mentioned gene of interest. I'll define the gene of interest in a DNA form. So this DNA is containing this set as gene of interest. So gene of interest will be there, and this gene of interest will be binding with the plasmid. Plasmid is a vector molecule which will be carrying this gene of interest to the cell. So these two will combine to form the recombinant DNA, which rDNA. That rDNA will be transferred into the cell, that is eukaryotic bacterial cell, for the replication. In case you guys are well aware of replication, that is fine. So in case you are not aware, I will talk about the replication. Replication is the method to increase the number of DNA molecule in algorithm form. That means 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. So this is the algorithm based DNA increase in the numbers. So this increase in the numbers by replication is done in the eukaryotic bacterial cell. And after these cells containing the recombinant DNA has been replicated, they will be screened out. So screening will be the final step. Screening. So now this completes the topic, what is recombinant DNA technology, and these are the steps of recombination. So what is the recombinant DNA technology? Now we will brief about the introduction. We have talked about the steps involved in the recombination of the DNA molecule. So what is recombinant DNA technology? It is a technology where the DNA sequence are combined with containing the gene of interest, that is GOI. In short, it is written as GOI. So that gene of interest is what we are desiring. Whatever the change we are desiring in the cell or molecule to facilitate the change. to facilitate the change in pre-existing characters. So this technology is referred as recombinant DNA technology. Now we'll go with the gene cloning. So you guys, why we have talked about the recombinant DNA technology before gene cloning? Because this recombinant DNA molecule, this one, will be going up into the gene cloning. We will be cloning the recombined cell, because these RDNA molecules are containing the characters whatever we are requiring, the desired characters. So we have talked about the recombinant DNA technology. Now we will be talking about the enzymes involved in the recombinant DNA technology. So why we are talking about the enzymes in the recombinant DNA technology? Because you know we have talked about that a set of sequence which is in a DNA form will be containing that gene, and that gene part will be cut. Gene of interest will be cut and will be pasted into the plasmid. So for cutting off this set of gene, and this pasting will be done by the enzymes, because we are not taking any of the glues or any of the scissors. So we'll talk the molecular glue and molecular scissor. So we'll only dealing up with the enzymes which are used for cutting and pasting. So for cutting, we will be dealing up with the restriction endonuclease. Restriction endonuclease. You guys know that this suffix is used for the enzymes, ase. So for restriction endonuclease, where it started, nuclease are the set of enzymes or class of enzyme which cuts the nucleic acid or nucleic acid molecule or the genetic material. These genetic materials will be cut by nuclease enzyme. So this nuclease is divided into two parts. Number one is endonuclease, and second one is the exonuclease. Exonuclease are the molecule or the enzymes which will be performing cut at the ends of a DNA. For example, this is a DNA molecule. I will be writing up the nucleotide bases ATGC, CG, CCTAAG. So we have taken a small DNA. This is a small fragment of DNA from 5' to 3', and the reverse will be its complementary sequence. So TA, CG, G, C, G, G, A, T, T, then C, 3' to 5'. So in case you guys want to perform a nucleic acid cut, so it will be performed by the exonuclease at the ends. So either you can perform cut at A or at G. But when we are dealing up with the, when we have to perform the cut in a DNA sequence, for example, this particular sequence is a gene. This is a gene. And we want this gene to be cutted out. So you have to perform the function of nuclease at center. So for specification, you will be using the endonuclease, because endonuclease, I am not writing the sequence there, endonuclease will provide cut at internal part or at the center or the in between the DNA sequence. So these cuts will be performed, and restricted cut at recognized site will be performed by recombinant DNA by the restriction endonuclease. Restriction endonuclease. So restriction endonuclease are divided into 4 types, basically 3 types. And for performing the cut at the DNA sequence, specifically at the recognition site, we will be taking the type 2. So this type 2 will perform the cut at specific place. So in case we are talking the specific place, for example, this was the set of sequence where we have to perform the cut what we have done is we have performed the cut in between G and T and in between C and T. So this cut will be performed at the recognized site and you will be having the gene of interest. This is our gene of interest, which will be used in the recombinant DNA technology. Now after this we will be talking about the ligase enzyme. What is the ligase enzyme? Ligase enzyme perform the activities like ligation or fixing. You guys know the function of glues. This is the molecular glue. So what happens is ligase will be performing the fixation of two different sequences. Now in RDT we have talked about that DNA molecule will be cut and it will be pasted into the plasmid. So this is a DNA molecule with RDT and this is a plasmid. So at plasmid also you have to perform the cut. It will be done by the restriction endonuclease and afterwards this set of gene will be incorporated in between and this will be replaced. So it will be like this was a sequence, this is the plasmid. At plasmid there was a cut by restriction endonuclease and after this cut what we have done is we have incorporated a gene. So this particular plasmid with the gene of interest is referred as rDNA, which we have already discussed. So ligation is done by ligase. So these are the basically two enzymes. As per food biotechnology subjects is concerned, we will be taking only two of the very useful enzymes in the rDNA technology. So these two are extremely important: restriction endonuclease and your ligase. Now we have dealt about the enzymes also and we have talked about the RDT. So our next step will be the gene cloning. In the steps of gene cloning, we will be taking the primary step as the gene isolation, what we have discussed in our primary classes. And after gene isolation, we will be selecting the vector. Vector is the important vector which is like plasmid is referred as vector. Plasmid is a vector. So this is extremely important. We will talk about what are the importance of vector and how these vectors will be selected. Then after the cloning of the desired gene will be taken. Finally, after the cloning, we will go with the expression of the desired genes. This is our final step, and before this step, we will be taking up the specific gene transfer. So what happens? We have already discussed about the gene isolation in detail. So we will be taking up the second part. This is our second option. So in second, we will be taking what vectors are. Vectors are the carrier. Vectors are the carrier which will be taking the sequence or the gene from other cell to the specific plasmid, and these vectors will be having some properties. What are those properties? The properties are that vector should be small in size and should contain the origin of replication. So after we have done the selection of vectors, what we will do is we will perform the cloning of desired genes. And where the cloning will be taken up, it will be taken up into the eukaryotic bacterial cells. Eukaryotic cells, not bacterial, either eukaryotic or bacterial cells. Primarily or specifically we takes E. coli as a medium for the replication or the cloning of the desired genes. This desired gene is a recombinant DNA. This is rDNA. So don't forget the last lecture what we have taken. So this is the rDNA molecule, and that rDNA molecule will be incorporated into the bacterial cell, and in the bacterial cell the replication process or the cloning of the desired genes will be taken up. After this, the fourth step will be the specific gene transfer. You have to be very specific before transferring that genes, that whether these genes are whether this sequence is a gene which you are desiring. So this gene is a GOI, gene of interest. After this, the final step will be the fifth step is expression of that desired genes, and these expressions will be checked up by the identification of cloned gene. This topic what we will be taking up next is identification of cloned genes. So what happens is after we are taking or when we are taking up the expression of desired genes, we will be taking the identification of cloned genes. Before going up into the identification, which is our primary topic, we will be taking the application of gene cloning. You guys know what is gene cloning? Gene cloning is nothing but a genetic engineering process. Genetic engineering process where we will be creating a number of copies of our DNA molecule for desired function. That desired functions will be covered up by the cloned or copied RDNA molecules, because whenever we are creating such kind of technologies, you need a more number of RDNAs for its functioning and property methodologies. For metabolism also you can take number of RDNAs. So we will be going up with the application of gene cloning. What are the applications of gene cloning or the RDNA technology? We are using so much of labor work, cost is there, timing is there, scientists are doing the research for this genetic engineering. So what is the important and what are the applications of gene cloning are? For example, in case you guys want to go up with I'll rub it up.